Hello, and a warm welcome to our weekly show, Love Athletics. In this program, we bring you the latest highlights from our sport with expert input from different continental areas. We are delighted to have as our guest today Ludmila Yakusheva. Hello,
Hello,
Ludmila.
hello, Anne, and hello, everybody.
Lovely to see you, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Thanks. So let's first take a look at what's been happening over the last week. So the Diamond League continued in Paris, and three Tokyo champions who had faltered 2 days earlier in Lausanne renewed with victory. Elaine Thompson-Herah, in the absence of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, who returned home for a break after Lausanne citing fatigue, took the 100 meters in 10:72. Hansel Parchment also bounced back to take the 110 meters hurdles with a season's best of 13:03, ahead of Lausanne winner Davon Allen, who also set a seasonal best with 13:08. And Mondo Duplantis was back in the pole vault, clearing 6 meters 01 before making three unsuccessful attempts at the world record at 6:19. And in this competition, the Philippines' Ernest John Obiena was second, improving his PB and national record to 5:91. Tables were turned, however, on other Tokyo champions who could not confirm their top spot in Paris. In the women's high jump, Nicola McDermott defeated Maria Lasitskene on countback. Both cleared 98, but McDermott did it on her first attempt. It was the first international win for the 24-year-old Australian after a series of second and third places. Two-times Olympic gold medalist Sandra Perkovic won the discus with a best throw of 66.08, while fresh Tokyo champion Valerie Allman was third. In the 3,000-meter steeplechase, Tokyo bronze medalist Benjamin Keegan took revenge over Olympic champion Soufiane El Bakali, who had an unfortunate fall at the first barrier and did not finish the race. Keegan's mark of 8:07.12 was one of the two world leads registered in Paris. And in a good morale boost for Kenya, he led a clean sweep ahead of countrymen Abraham Kibiwot and Leonard Bett. The other world-leading mark was set by Francine Niyonsaba. After coming close to the world record over the 2 miles in Eugene, the Burundian clocked 8:19.08 over 3,000 meters in Paris, the sixth best mark in history, ahead of Ethiopia's Eyigayu Taye. And as the road running season picks up, the world record was beaten in the half marathon. Yalemzer Yehualau clocked a stunning 1:03.44 at the Antrim Coast Half Marathon in Larne, Northern Ireland, smashing the previous mark set last April by Kenya's World Marathon champion Ruth Chepngetich by 18 seconds. Yalemzer, who had placed fourth at the Ethiopian trials on 10,000 meters, missing the Olympics, had been runner-up to Chepngetich in Turkey in the Kenyans' record-breaking run. Now it was her turn to shine, and the 22-year-old Ethiopian is the first woman to break 64 minutes for the half marathon. After Paris, top athletes had the chance to relax for a day in the French capital before heading to Brussels, and Maria Lasitskene enjoyed the opportunity to visit the Eiffel Tower. But let's get back to our guest. Ludmila, you were commentating the Tokyo Olympics for Ukrainian TV. What were your favorite moments of the Games?
For sure, for me, certainly, the performance of Ukrainian athlete, but If we will talk about global athletics, first of all, it's world record of Yulimar Rojas. You know that I'm former long and triple jumper, so I have been waiting for this world record for many, many years. I think more than 5, if even everybody started to say about world record of Yulimar Rojas just maybe 1 or 2 years ago, mostly after the World Championships in Doha, but I expected from her the greatest result even early, because I saw great and one of the biggest potential in this woman, in this athlete. And for me, it was only questions when and where it will be happened. And I think the Olympic Games is the right place and the right moment for Yulimar Rojas to break the world record. And years ago, I spoke to already former world record Inessa Kravets, and with one of the first in women's triple jump, with Galina Chistякova. She is world record holder in women's long jump. So both of them say we have no idea why nobody can jump over 16 meters. Not only it was not only about world record in women triple jump. So I think as well as Inessa Kravets, that Yulimar Rojas is a person who can jump even over 16 meters. Yes, right now it looks maybe a little bit incredible, but it's absolutely possible for Yulimar if she will more focused and more hard and more focused in her technique during the second step. It's my own opinion. That is the first lovely moment for me from Tokyo Olympics, and already in this day it was the second one. My favorite moment from Tokyo Olympics is the men's high jump, and 2 winners, two Olympic champions. It was first in the Olympic history in men's high jump. So Tamberi and Barshim. Look, that is absolutely incredible photo. And for me, Barshim was obvious. He was stronger than Gianmarco Tamberi, but when they were asked about to continue a competition, just to know the only one Olympic champions, Barshim didn't think even a moment to ask the judges, just could we be the 2 with gold medals? It was incredible, especially for people who know the stories about these 2 men, because when Gianmarco Tamberi was injured and he missed Rio Olympics because of that, and then when he tried to come back to the field, the Mutas Barshim was the first of his rivals who just gave him a big hand and a big help to recover, first of all, mentally. And for me, it was incredible to see them both at the first place of the podium. And maybe the third one could be Lamont Marcel Jacobs, but I think it, for me, it was sad moment. It was relay, men 4x100 relay, and certainly the gold medal for Italy. Especially about, I know that relay, it's all about the team, but this final made Tortu for sure, because he's the first Italian under 10 seconds, but at during winter season, during this summer season, and during the Olympics, especially after the gold of Lamont Marcel Jacobs, he was like in the shadow of the Jacobs. But in this relay, he was absolutely incredible. I remember when I have been commentating this final, it was for me like not Italy, but just torto, torto, torto. And yes, he did it. It was absolutely lovely moment for me, and certainly 73 years from first gold medal in this event in men's 4x100 relay, and until second gold medal for Italy. It's a long period, but they deserve this medal and they deserve this gold, and it was incredible fight at the track, on the track.
Thank you very much, Luda. It's very true what you say about the 4x100 relay. Of course, they had very good changeovers. Every one of the athletes gave a lot, but Tortu really ran his heart out.
Yeah, for sure. He was incredible on his arc. It's something special he did that evening.
Yes. And you know, Yulimar was saying in Lausanne that she would love to speak to Inessa Kravets. So maybe if Inessa can tell her that she believes she can jump even over 16 meters, maybe it will give Yulimar that extra boost that she needs.
I hope so, because when during the World Championships in Doha, when I spoke with Yulimar Rojas, certainly using translator because I don't speak Spanish at all, and she doesn't speak English. And I said her that Inessa Kravets just thinks that she is the person who could overcome Inessa Kravets world record, and she was like, "Oh, I can't believe, because for me she's the idol, and she's an incredible person." And Inessa Kravets was the person in women's triple jumps in which technique Yulimar Rojas was studied, was learned to jump to jump long, to jump her best results. So I hope when she will hear that Inessa Kravets thinks that okay, even 16 meters is possible for Yulimar Rojas, it will inspire her.
Let's try and find a way to get the message from Inessa to Yulimar.
Okay, I will try to do it.
Great. That's wonderful. And Europe had a really good Olympic Games in Tokyo. How do you see the continent's success?
Oh, I think, first of all, for me, this Olympics in Tokyo, I followed Olympics deeply, athletics during Olympics from Sydney. But for me, all athletic during Tokyo was absolutely incredible. And certainly for European athletes, it was one of the best Olympics during maybe 5 or 6 past Olympics. And first of all, maybe every one of us can say about Carsten, Warhol world records. Yes, it's absolutely incredible numbers. 45.94. It's first result under 46 seconds. And for me, it's a result more incredible because, for example, not every year Ukrainian national winner had result at 400 meters flat under 46 seconds. That is, for me, it's something just wow. And I also like this final, not only because of world record of Carsten Warhol, but also, for Capella, Maggie, Alexandra Siblio, three more Europeans in the final, in Olympic final of 400 meters hurdles. It's absolutely great result. Another two, maybe for me, not about result, but about Europeans' performance of European athletes in the final. It's first of all men's javelin throw and men's hammer throwing, because in this both events, among 12 finalists, 10 of them were from Europe. It's absolutely incredible performance from European athletes in these events. And certainly, if we say about Wojciech Nowicki, Eivind Henriksen from Norway, and Wojciech Nowicki is certainly from Poland, and bronze medal for Paweł Fajdek, finally. This is absolutely incredible hammer thrower who didn't achieve final, being the favorite during London Olympics in Rio, and he didn't achieve the final both previous Olympics, and finally he achieved it, and he even took the podium in Tokyo. It was, for me, it was absolutely incredible performance. And certainly in javelin throw, I said before that we expected that Vetter is number one, and the Vetter is unbeatable this season. But if you remember javelin throw during last global athletics events at Olympics games and during World Championships, it always some new names, something like Welcott, Yego, Anderson Peters, and this year is Neeraj Chopra. It's for me, it's absolutely incredible. And instead of Vetter, there were two Czech throwers at the podium, Jakub Vajtlev and Viteslav Vesely. It was absolutely funny. Just what to say about, certainly Jakob Ingebrigtsen, area record, European record in 1500 meters. It was great. Honestly, I didn't see this race because during this final, I was focused on the final of women's high jump. So I just saw results, and it was absolutely good to see that it was not tactical race. It was race. It was running for result. It was fast race. It's like during London Olympic 800 meters by David Rudisha, when he just make a solo race because he was sure that he can do it. So I didn't expect something like that from Jakob Ingebrigtsen, but he did it. Then maybe unexpected for me, it was to see two winners in 20 20K race walk. In men's and women's, it was Massimo Stano from men's side, and on women's hand, it was Antonella Palmisano. So the both winners for me are absolutely crazy, and certainly 50K that I told that is the that is the last race walk, men's 50 kilometers. That is the absolutely last events during Olympics and during World Championships. So for me, it was the big pleasure to see winners and silver medalists from Europe, David Tamada and Jonathan Hilbert. It was like wow, because I expected to see maybe somebody more experienced athlete during this event at the podium, but they made my day. My night, sorry, it was not day, it was night. It was absolutely great for them to see both of them at the medal stands. What about certainly Hassan? Sifan Hassan. I thought I had to say that I thought that Sifan Hassan will choose only two events. If even she said that, okay, I am going to run 1,500, 5,000 and 10,000. So I was more than sure that that is not more than PR for Sifan Hassan. But when she started at 5,000, then 1,500 meters, then 10,000, it was like, wow. It's mostly 25 kilometers and during Olympics, and it wasn't tactical race. All of them, she ran fast from first race to the last race. And that is say about her incredible shape this year. And certainly two golds and one bronze medal from her during these events is something incredible. Certainly I said about Gianmarco Tamberi and plus bronze from Maxime Nedoseko in men's high jump. In women's high jump, for me, certainly I expected to see young Ukrainian Yaroslava Maguchik as a gold medalist, but nobody knows and nobody knew before start of their final that Yaroslava had a foot injury, take-off foot injury, just 1 week before the competition. Honestly, even I have been commentating of the final, I didn't know about that. But for sure, I was sure that for Maria Lasitskene, this final was not just about to fight for gold medal. It was something like revenge for missing Rio Olympics. And I was sure that Lasitskene will take her chance, maybe the last chance to win Olympic Games. So it's also for me it was fantastic final for European athletes, as well as win of Malaika Mihamba in long jump and Miltiadis Tentaglu in men's long jump. I was sure that maybe in women's field Ivana Španović will take the podium, but unfortunately she was able just to finish fourth. She is the person who deserves this Olympic medal, maybe most of all other in the field. Certainly, maybe I expected little more from Pablo Pichardo in men's triple jump, and okay, we see Vladarchik, Anita Vladarchik is this absolutely fantastic athlete from Poland, in women's hammer throw, and who didn't know that she just had knee surgery before the World Championships in Doha in 2019, and all this year was about her recovery and her coming back to the field. And this year he wasn't the favorite in the field, and in this case, her win in Tokyo, it's absolutely incredible, and it just about her experience and her stable result during last year. I think only the name of Anita Vladarchik already have have pushed some athlete in the field, and they are ready to give up before her name and before her titles. What I have to say about more, that is, I want to say about 400 meters hurdles also, but women's final. Certainly McLaughlin and Mohammed, and world record for McLaughlin. It was much expected in this final, but European record from Femke Ball, 52.03. It was absolutely also incredible result, and two more Ukrainians in the final for me, Anna Rizhikova and Victoria Tkachuk, is a big achievement of also of Ukrainian and certainly of European athletics. I don't know, Anna, is it enough, or because I can continue maybe more and more?
I think we'll do a recap at the end of the year, and we can go into more detail. But I think we've already had some really interesting points that you pointed out here about the European athletes. So thank you. So I'm going to ask you now, what were your favorite post-Olympic moments?
Oh, I don't want to maybe to repeat the name. So maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's not the most favorite post Olympics, but I will cut all names I mentioned above. So first of all, it's Etin Gmu from USA, and her performance in Eugene Diamond League at 800 meters, women's 800 meters, and her one more national record of this year, 1 minute 55.04, taking into account her absolutely crazy performance during Olympics, her win during Olympics, and certainly I just can imagine how tired her, how she was tired after